Hey guys, what's up? Let me just make sure I'm live. I had to log back in, so yeah, looks like we're good to go. How you guys doing today? Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to do a really quick, really fun craft project. We're going to turn a simple metal bucket into an antique looking bucket that you can use for craft supplies, flowers, you name it. You can use it for whatever you want. It's your bucket, right? Do whatever you want. So anyway, I'm going to switch my camera. You're going to be seeing down on my work table, and we're going to get started. Thanks for joining me. First, I have to put on my glasses because I can't see otherwise. All right. So what we're going to do is take these metal buckets. Can you see it okay? Let me turn my switcher here. Okay. Take these metal buckets and make them look like this. I did this one about an hour ago, which gave it time to dry. And that way, once I am done demonstrating how to antique these, I can go in and wax this to seal it because it's completely dry. So again, thanks for being here. I'm Shary from Black Dog Designs. I do apologize for one thing. This is my first actual live on YouTube, and I'm not sure where I can find comments. So if you are commenting, I can't see them right now. I know there is a way. I just haven't figured that out yet because I don't see my little like notification thing. So I'm just going to keep going here. If you're joining me after my live, leave comments below. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have or just read through your comments. But I'm going to get started and I'm going to show you what we're working with. So, this is Amy Howard at home Parisian zinc antiquing solution, and it's for metal surfaces. And what it does is it makes it look like it's 100 years old. So you want to use a plastic or a glass container. I wouldn't recommend metal because you will discolor it. I recommend working, well, I gotta do two, so I'm gonna put one more. I do recommend working in a well-ventilated area. I've got a big window right next to me and another window in my craft room. So you may hear some kids playing outside, but that's okay. That is so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start off by showing you just how to get started with this. Okay, what you want to do is you want to dip it into your solution. Let's see, we're going to have to add more. In fact, let me just add more now. Your surface will get wet, so I recommend you protect it. This is my normal craft table, but I have my painter's tarp over it and some plastic underneath it just to protect it because it will get really wet. So what happens is you put this antiquing solution on your project. It could be flat, it could be a bucket like this, it doesn't matter. You just start dropping it on there. And you'll notice pretty quickly, and you kind of want to work quick, you know, not in a straight line, but just sort of in a circular motion. I go around and around, and you can see that it begins within seconds. It begins to decolorize it. Always wear protective gloves. Definitely with this project, I would recommend wearing gloves. So how's everybody doing today? You guys having a good Friday? That's right, TGIF. Thank God, right? I can't complain though, because this is my office and it's pretty cool. So I don't mind working. And I was lucky even when I did work. I loved what I did and I loved the people I worked with, so that made it nice. So yeah, you can see how quick and easy this is changing. The more you put on, the darker it's going to get. You have to work it. Work it around for a few seconds. Well, not seconds, sorry about that. A few minutes. And you can turn any metal surface into a very aged looking product in minutes. You'll want to let this dry completely once you're done. About 30 to 60 minutes, but longer is better. And then once you get it dried, we're going to wax the one that I've already done so that I can show you how to wax it. And that just seals it. It leaves it with a real nice matte looking finish. So you can do as little or as much as you want with this. It's really up to you. I also go in, do the inside because you want that to look like it's been aging as well. I wish I could see comments and who is here. Let me try one thing real quick. Just a theory. May or may not work, but let me try it. Take my glove off though, while this oxidizes for us. Oh, nope, that didn't do it. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put my glove back on and keep working. I'll have to find out from some of my friends how to find the comments and the live feed, where to find that on YouTube Live. I can find it on Facebook Live because it pops right up there, but I'm not seeing it. I will be doing another live after this once I clean up, and I'm going to come back in with these and I'm going to do my Chalk Couture ink. If you've never seen or heard of that before, you might want to come back. Hit the subscribe button and then the notification bell, and that will notify you when I'll be live again. Get my banner off of there. You can do these up for, if you do craft shows, make them up and put succulents in them. I made these for my grandkids. What did I? Oh, for Halloween, I think it was. Pretty sure it was Halloween because I didn't do it for Easter. They already had them. I think I did it for Halloween, and then I just put their little Easter candy in it. I'm not a big candy grandma. I'm not a big sugar eater, so I don't tend to. I give my kids, my grandkids, I'd rather give them toys or clothes or make things for them than give them candy. But what happens, let's get back to business here. What happens when the reason it starts to sort of model like that is because it's reticulating. And what that is, it's like oil and water. It wants to separate from itself. So by working the product around, you are just getting a more even distribution. And you're going to find it's like any surface. You're going to have areas that just take it different, like this little spot right here. I hope my lighting is okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't turn my... Sorry, guys. I'll give you more light here in a second. There. A little bit more light. That helps, huh? Had it there, I just didn't turn it on. But yeah, you can see this little area. It's not necessarily shiny like a brand new bucket in comparison, but it just takes it differently. And like I say, you can do this as much or as little as you want. It's probably a bit easier on a flatter surface. I also put the link in the description below to one of Amy Howard Amy Howard's videos, YouTube videos on how to use the zinc antiquing solution. So that's in my description for you if you'd like to check that out. But yeah, we'll be coming back in and doing a little Chalk Couture ink, not ink, excuse me, Chalkology paste on these. And I'll use them for flowers. I bought some really pretty daffodils at the store yesterday. So I'm going to use these for daffodils. Okay, so don't want this live to go too long. So I'm going to call it good on that one. Grab my other one. And then I'm going to wax the one that's already done and dried for you. And it's as easy as that. You can run, I get my Amy Howard at home chalk paint and all my supplies at Ace Hardware. And that's, oh no, I did not get these buckets there. I got these buckets off Amazon. And I will have to go back into my order history because I forgot to do that. Let me grab another couple of towels. Yeah, I got these little buckets off Amazon quite a while ago. So I don't remember the brand name, but I will certainly look for it, and if I can't find the exact thing, I will link something similar. But you can buy metal buckets also at Ace Hardware. In fact, I made this one. It's what I keep my dirty rags in for when I paint and chalk paint. That was my old brand. I used to be Rescued Restorations, Furniture and More. But this is a bucket I got at Ace Hardware that I antiqued. It's a little bit different. It's got a texture to it, whereas the ones I'm working on now are smooth. But it doesn't matter. The product just takes a little differently. But this is a really popular look right now. You'll see it all over Pinterest, in magazines. Everybody wants all this stuff that looks like it's 200 years old. Like you just found it in the barn, you know. Digging around in Grandpa's barn and you come across something like this and you go, that is so cool. I can put flowers in that. That's why I like to say, think outside the box. In fact, I'm going to hashtag that. Think outside the box. I do that with a lot of my projects. I would rather go find something, even something old, like this at a yard sale, and decorate it up and put flowers in it. Isn't that cool? You just see how it changes. The more you put on, the darker it'll get. With these buckets, because they've got some seams and it's round, I like to sort of just drop it on there. Then you can let that antiquing solution just sort of set in there and do its own thing. But you can see how quick and easy this is. Less than 10 minutes ago, well, we've been live 14 minutes. Took us a few minutes to get going on this. 10 minutes, you've got a totally new looking project. And every single one is going to turn out different. I'm going to blot this one. It's not looking antiqued enough there. It's funny how you can do several and each one of them comes out so different. And then they, of course, look different when they're dry. When they dry from this state, they're a very matte finish. You'll see on the one that I completed earlier. It's got a very matte finish. And then when you put your wax on it, once the wax dries, which is a sealant, then it's got a real beautiful matte finish as well. As I said, work in a well-ventilated area. This does have a little bit of odor to it. It's not bad. It's not anything like, you know, you have to wear a mask unless you're super, super sensitive. So, you know, if that's the case, you do what you have to do. I always wear a mask when I strip furniture, sand furniture, or, you know, redo the top of a piece, I wear a mask. And I always work in a well-ventilated area. Anything with like a polyurethane or anything like that, I generally do those outside. Isn't that cool? You work it around as much or as little as you want. If you guys are hopping on, thanks for joining me. I do apologize that I cannot see the incoming comments. I know I heard Kenny say, Kenny has tell Sean something about when you're on Facebook Live, you have to hit something, because if you on Facebook Live, you can't see the comments, but if you do something, then you can see the comments. So unless I find out in the meantime, I'll have to go back and find that in. I almost think it was in their, maybe their live last night that they did on the Cricut pins. Get a little more going in here. Swirl it around. It doesn't take much. I mean, gosh, this container is probably still 3/4 full, and I've done my bucket that I keep dirty rags in. I did 3 of these for the grandkids, and now I've just done 3 more. So it goes a long way. Pretty cool, huh? And Amy Howard has a lot of fun product on the market. She makes chalk paint. That's what I use when I chalk paint furniture. And there's glazing products. Oh gosh, milk paint. She's got all kinds of fun products if you want to check her out at Ace Hardware. Her products out at Ace Hardware. I'm going to put just a little bit more in there. Go in with a cleaner rag. I want this one side to get just a little bit more oxidized looking. All right. This one's just taking the product a little different than the other ones. They're all sort of different, but it still looks old. Still looks antiqued. It just didn't get as dark. Working on a flatter surface would be a little easier too, since this tends to want to roll off. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that because I like it. Put this off camera. Throw this away. Grab another dry towel. Gloves off. Hope everybody's enjoying this quick tutorial. I hope you find it interesting and maybe something you might want to go out and try yourself. It's a lot of fun. It's quick and easy. You could do this with the kids, maybe get this part done ahead of time. I don't think this would be the greatest thing for kids to smell, but I'm going in now with I'm going to wax it. Once I wax it, I let it cure. I'll probably let it cure about an hour, and then I'll buff it real good, and then I'm going to come back in another live And I'm going to do some chalk couture lettering, and I'm going to use it for flowers. And just go around, just make sure it's dry. You know, I've had it upside down and I've had it kind of sitting both ways, but you can see as it's dried, the variation in it. Oops, sorry, get that out of the way. Pretty neat, huh? Looks like it's just like you dug it out of Grandpa's barn. So I'm going to be using the Amy Howard at home clear wax with this. You have to use clear. You don't want to use a dark wax, anything other than a clear wax on it. I don't know. You could do, let me show you 2 ways you can do it. My handle broke off of my wax brush when I was setting up, so I had to glue it, grab my Gorilla Glue and glue it back on. So let me show you a couple methods. This is how you wax. Get some on a soft cloth. I use old t-shirts. That's probably the best thing to use. And you just go rub circular motion. Rub it in really good. It's going to look like it's coming off, but it isn't. It's just a little of the oxidation on there. And I kind of go around the whole surface. You can feel of the can, and you can tell where you've waxed and where you can't. That's what I do on furniture too. I can tell where I've waxed by the feel. This wax is really nice. It's beeswax and carnauba wax. And carnauba wax is what they use on bowling alley floors to make them such a hard cured surface. So I'm going to go in with my brush. You can also do this with a brush. I wasn't sure if my handle was glued enough to do it, but it seems to be. I'll have to wash my brush real good afterwards. Make sure I get the oxidation off of it. So that's the 2 methods you can use for waxing. You can either apply with a t-shirt, cut up t-shirt rag, or you can use a wax brush. This is a hog hair wax brush. I can feel that I've got it all coated. Excuse me. I'm going to go over the handle, and then I'll go through the inside, give it a little bit of a wax. Let this sit for, you know, the longer it sits to dry, the better. And even the longer it sits to cure, the better. But just for time purposes, I didn't give it that long, but I like to, when I've got a waxed surface like this, especially if it's a piece of furniture that I'm going to be selling, I'll let it sit at least 24 hours. Then I'll buff it, and then I'll put it on the market. It just gives it a chance to cure and harden really well. And if you feel like you've got too much on it, doesn't hurt to go back and buff it off. Feels pretty good to me. I think I've got it coated really well. So there was our project. There was our first official YouTube Live. So we took a plain, simple, ordinary metal bucket. I think this pack that I got off Amazon, oh wow, that's weird. I might have gotten 15 of these in a pack, so they're not that expensive. I just had the weirdest feeling. There's a house behind me that's been doing some tree trimming, and I could see this guy's head. I can actually see maybe another person. They must be up on the roof or something. But all of a sudden I see this person walking in this tree up about 20 feet off the ground. That was weird. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Again, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell. That notifies you whenever I'm going to go live. Try to make my tutorials quick and easy and fun, something maybe you can take home and do yourself. So, thank you for being here. Stay positive. Remember to have fun. Think outside the box and create. No 2 creations are alike. Thanks for joining me, guys. Love you. God bless. Have a good day.